Alright, well, I figured I'd share a video um, of the bolt handle I did for this Savage Mark II. If you are familiar with this rifle, they don't really make a whole lot of options to upgrade this. The option was cut it off, weld the threaded rod on there, and then have a screw-on bolt handle, which you'd have to buy. And obviously, I mean, on a $250, $300 rifle, it's kind of crazy to have to spend that kind of money just to have a larger bolt handle on your Mark II. So what I did is I got to thinking about it. I do a lot of bedding of my rifles with this JBweld. And I know there's probably people that say you shouldn't bed with JBweld, especially this stuff, but I've had good success with it, so that's what I use. And I figured, well, if it works for that, I'll be the guinea pig, and I'll try to make a bolt handle. Now this is still kind of soft. I did this about, let's see, it's been 10 hours probably now. So this thing is not fully hardened, but it was cured enough to get it off. And I kind of like to pull the stuff before it's fully cured, just because sometimes it is easy to get off. But what I did was I designed originally a bolt handle that was a clip-on style, and figured out what size I liked, and positioning and everything with that. And then I went into my CAD software and I 3D printed basically a mold, two-sided mold, and I used roll pins as my alignment pins. And what I did is I treated the inside of this with shoe polish, or like stain wax, which works great. And then I also hit it with some case lube, just for just to double ensure that it would come off, because if not, these parts would, of course, obviously bond together, and I didn't want anything to bond to these. So I treated the sides, treated the faces, treated the inside of the mold. The only side I didn't treat was this side, and it is obviously really stuck to this. But I wasn't too worried about the back. I just didn't want anything to stick inside here or bond permanently to the bolt handle. So I treated those two, and then mixed up my JBweld, and then I completely filled both molds, taped off the stock so that anything that squished out the top would not damage the stock. It had I made it with a vent, I guess you can call it a vent hole on the bottom. That way any extra could squeeze out the bottom as well, and it wouldn't all go out the top. Obviously I did have some squeeze out the top, and I haven't cleaned any of this up yet, so this is still pretty rough. You can see there is a couple air bubbles and whatnot, but I am absolutely fine with that, because this is much better than the small bolt throw lever that was on it, and it's perfect. I like it. It's way better. It's a shame that they don't make, somebody doesn't make one, and I get it. But if Savage would just go ahead and thread these or something to make this so much better, it would be great. Obviously I do have a lathe, and I probably could have completely disassembled the bolt and chucked it in the lathe. But if this thing's not perfectly straight, trying to get this cut and threaded and all that is just a real pain in the butt, especially from a hobbyist like I am. You can see there's like an air bubble where the JBweld had air when I filled the mold. But you know what? I'm okay with that. It's less about the looks, more about the function. I'll probably wait until this fully cures, try to clean it up just a little bit with a fine file and a little bit of sanding, and then I'll probably go ahead and paint it black or something. I don't know. Just trying to make it look a little bit better. Obviously, if you look really close, you can see the 3D print lines on it, which could probably easily be sanded out. But that was my solution to making a bolt handle for this rifle. It was easy, and it was cheap, and I already had the tools to do it. So obviously this could be done with a larger handle if so needed, but I think this is the perfect size for what I want, because I didn't want to stick it too far out. One downside to it is it's kind of permanent. When I say kind of permanent, I haven't tried to break it off. If I wanted to break it off, I would take a hammer and try to like smash it or something like that. But I think it's pretty well bonded. Like there's no, which this isn't fully cured, so I don't want to grab it and try to snap it off. But just in running the bolt in normal operations like that, I think it's going to be just fine. So hopefully this helps you out. If you have the capabilities of 3D printing and have roll pins and this kind of stuff, and you'd like to have the file for these mold blocks, I'd be more than happy to share it with you. That way you can give this a go yourself. And maybe there's something better than JBweld out there too. Maybe there's a better JBweld steel stick or something like that instead of the standard JBweld that you'd like to try. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.